The problems that occurred What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another REFSIX weekly vlog. So this week we have another cup game. So we are in the FA Trophy, which in England is a trophy or game cup, if you will, that only works between steps 1 or step 2 or 3 teams. So the National League all the way down to the Isthmian League. So I've got 2 Isthmian League teams. I have Littlehampton and I have Ramsgate. One team I have done in pre-season, another team I've never ever seen before, not even on the line. So the aim of the game is to be as fit as possible for Saturday. I'm coming off the back of a cold. It's just been a bit run down. Football's taken its toll on me, so I've rested Monday. Today's Tuesday. Let's start the week off right by doing a nice pool session. Let's get this show on the road. I look forward to catching you through the week. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So it is Friday now. As you can tell, I've got a little bit of a cold, which is, it is what it is, a bit run down. Training and stuff has been good this week. But, okay, so it's Friday now, and the Queen died yesterday. So in England, we're obviously in this a week of mourning period, it's called. So that means that my game tomorrow has been postponed, which is fine. I totally accept the decision. It is what it is. I can't do too much about it. But what I can do is I can go out and train still. So the idea is to treat tomorrow a little bit like a match day, get up, go for a walk. Then I'm going to go to the gym and do a match replica session. I'm either going to go to the gym or do it on the track. And then my game now is on Tuesday. So I'm going to basically have a hard, intense session Saturday, pretend I've had a match. I'm going to play golf on Sunday anyway, because I'm going to play golf anyway. And then use that as a recovery session, and then obviously prepare for the game Tuesday. So I'll catch you tomorrow for what will be the session, but it does leave me in a bit of a tricky situation in terms of I've now got a middle on Tuesday and a line on Wednesday. I'm supposed to be at Havant and Waterlooville on the line, so whether that happens I don't know, but so far we're just going to have to suck it up. I love football at the moment anyway, so that sort of excites me. 2 games in 2 days is a bit of fun, but there'll be 2 different vlogs. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to come back next week to see the Havant and Waterlooville vlog. So that's what it is at the moment. England is in a state of mourning. All Premier League fixtures have been called off. All grassroots has been called off this weekend. So they basically moved my FA Trophy game to Tuesday. So we are going to prepare for Tuesday, but it's quite nice because it means I can go and try a different match replica session that I've been wanted to try for a while at the gym or at the track. So I'll catch you tomorrow for match replica. So it is Saturday, the time is 12 o'clock. We've just finished the session. So I'll tell you the session first before I get these 2 boys in. This is Coops and this is Ryan, both level 4s, both doing really well this season. Right, the session was 400 metres, minute rest, 800 metres, minute rest, 1200 metres, minute rest, and then we work back down the ladder. So we go back to 12, back to 8, back to 4. So it's a bit of a grueler really, 400 as fast as you can, 800 quicker, and then the 1200s were like 5k pace or a little bit quicker. So boys, how did you find it?
It was a killer.
It was a killer?
Tough.
Very
tough.
Obviously it's good. All of our games got cancelled this weekend, because of the Queen, and whether you think that's right or wrong. I know there's a lot of things on social media. I don't really mind. I like having a weekend off. Are you glad that you got out and done it?
Glad I've done something, yes.
Yes.
Would you do it again?
If I had to, then
Perfect. So now it's quite simple. I'm gearing up for a Tuesday night game, obviously, because today got cancelled. So it moves on to Tuesday. Tomorrow's golf and recovery. Monday, I'll probably have to do some yoga. Tuesday, game day. I'll catch you Monday. Right, so it's 8 a.m. now, and I'm ready to head off to REFSIX HQ. What I've done for dinner is make sure everything is packed, or sort of not packed, but little pots that I've obviously overmade dinner like other days of the month. So basically what the plan is get them out the freezer. Well, I've got them out the freezer. One's in my bag for lunch, and another one is on the side, the frosting, for dinner. So I can come in, pack my kit bag and smash that straight away. I've got to leave the house roughly 20 to 6 today. So it's going to be literally leave work at 4:45, get home, eat, pack, go. So it's quite a quick turnaround. But the plan for the rest of the day is cycle into work until lunch, obviously. Go for a little walk because it should be a nice day, ish. But go for a pretty much walk about lunchtime, cycle back, and then, get back into pretty much mode. My calves feel a lot better today, so, less risky now. But yeah, so far so good. Let's get this day started and going. Okay, so I've got in, it's 5:10. I've got about half an hour to eat, pack my bag and get ready to go. So what I'm going to do is pack my bag first and then get changed and then make dinner and then basically shoot off. So this is the kit bag that I'm going to take for a FA Trophy first round qualifying game. Starting off with the match kit, county badge, because I'm pretty sure we've got to wear county badge, shorts, socks, and FA badge just in case, because it's best to be safe than sorry. Undershorts, Under Armour, because it's starting to get cold and wet. Warm up mid layer, warm up top, box of tricks, sweets, Lucasade, boots, second pairs just there, the Mercurials, towel, speaker, crime sheet, obviously box of tricks, and then my bag itself. I just need a bag for dirty kit, and I have a water bottle here as well to put some tablets in. So I'm going to pack all this up, and then I will meet you guys for my pre-match meal. Okay, so I'm changed. I'm ready to go. All I need to do is do my hair, so that's fine. So dinner is a katsu curry that has been made prior to today, and it's just good to heat up for exactly these kinds of situations. So I've got about 15 minutes to eat and get ready to go. So once I've eaten this, I'm going to basically shoot off. My flags, as I'm sure people will comment, are already in the car because I haven't taken them out since I think my FA Cup game. I just left them in my car, in my boot, so they're there. I know they're there. And my pre-match playlist is here for anyone that obviously still loves the pre-match playlist. Comment down below any songs that you guys want to add to it. But I'm ready. I'm going to eat this, be ready to go, and I'll catch you at the ground. Okay, perfect. So I'm here with
Tom Morgan, Michael Bainton.
both obviously level 4s. We've just finished what has been quite an intense game of football, shall we say. How did you find it?
Yeah, good game, great atmosphere. Both teams good performances. So.
Yeah.
Great teamwork as a three. You enjoyed working with you. Yeah, it was good. Enjoyable game.
It was an enjoyable game. It was tough. The atmosphere was good. How did you find closing off the last 15 minutes? For me, it was quite difficult. You know, obviously trying to control everything. Yeah. How did you find that on the line?
Lots going on, busy, lots of running, but yeah, I thought you handled it well.
Yeah, as a team, switched on the whole 90 minutes. It got a bit tasty. Got a red card in there as well.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, no, as a team, I think we worked well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Carl just said, 8 yellows and a red card in there. The red card was for a second caution, easy. He walked before we had to get there. Thank you boys for your help today. Safe trip home. And where are you? Saturday? Got a game Saturday?
No.
On the way to Bashley, Greenstone Bridge.
Nice. Good luck for that. Enjoy the weekend off.
Absolutely.
Well done, John.
Okay, well, what can we say about that game other than, wow, tough, enjoyable tough. The problems that occurred off the top of my head were my man management was okay, got me places where I needed to go. The problem is that both teams are physical teams. They knew they were going to play football, and what happened is that when they wanted to be physical against the opposition, but when the opposition were physical with them, they didn't like it, if that makes sense. So, you know, it's tough to do that kind of thing because a lot of it's just moaning like that's the same as that ref, that's the same as that ref, and you know it becomes a little bit more difficult in terms of managing that and players' expectations and stuff. 8 yellows, 1 red. The red was for a double yellow for 2 foul tackles. He basically was walking off before I'd sent him off, so he knew it was a red card. It's tough, but no one other than the skipper for Ramsgate, no one really seemed that annoyed. They were like, yeah, I came in, I said, look, you want a physical game, you're gonna get a physical game, and that's how it's gonna happen. You're not gonna get some fouls because I deemed it, and you're gonna get others. Like, it's just about borderlines. And they were like, yep, we're happy with that. I explained that at half time to both the managers. Both the managers came up to me and said I did well. So realistically, I think I've managed it well. So I'm happy, very happy. I am tired now. The time's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna drive home. It's gonna take me about half an hour. But, you know, I'm good. Adrenaline will get me home. I'm going to crash and burn, and I'll catch you tomorrow because I'm going to analyse this hopefully before midday. Do all my match returns tomorrow morning because I can't be bothered to do it now. I'm not going to lie, like, well, I just can't be bothered. It's just not for me. Like, I want to go home and go to bed. So I've had post-match, which was chili con carne from the club, which is nice of them. You know, and I just need to go home, chill out, and then do the analysis in the morning because I can't be bothered to think about the game tomorrow. I might see if I can have a chat with my dad about it and then give my coach a call. But so far, so good. It's just mentally taken it out of me.
The next day.
Okay, so as you can tell, I'm back in my little outback shack. Let's go through my REFSIX data. So as always, because I'm filming on my phone, I've got my data in front of me here. So I ran 8.6k, which feels strange actually, because I thought I'd run a little bit more, but at the same time I also think that's fair enough because I was walking around a lot because they were playing the ball well. They were good footballing teams. In terms of the heat map, as you can see, I'm slightly more towards which would have been the benches. There was a lot going on that side. Both teams heavily attacked down their left wing and right wing. So Littlehampton attacked very much down their right and Ramsgate attacked very much down their left, so that makes sense in terms of it both being that way around. And obviously in front of the benches is where a lot of stuff happens in terms of you're hanging around a little bit more there because, you know, you either have managers shouting at you or you have to explain things to players, and that's absolutely fine. Misconduct, as you can see, there was a wide variety. The 17 was booked in 15 minutes and then sent off, but we'll go into that in a bit. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellows and a red. Obviously, double yellow equals a red. Sprint-wise, you know, we look at them and there are some really nice ones in here. So we'll go to high first. Nice big sprint. As you can see, it was a big break. Then we'll cross out high, go to medium. We can see lots of nice fluid movements getting across into the right areas. The longer they are, the better they are, I think, for me, because it shows that it's not, one, a fluke, and two, it shows that I've hit a high speed and carried that through. And I feel like we say, the medium sprints for us are breaks that you've got to get on your bike a little bit and keep up with play, but not at full sprint. I find reds are counter-attacking football, where you've really got to get a shift on, and mediums are more natural play, where you're just having to speed up to keep up with play. And then yellows, I think, are very much, and I think this proves it, getting into position. So, you know, a couple of these I think were I've given a free kick and then darted in, or, you know, had to just quickly dart back. So I'll just put a circle around these two here. I think that's me going into my goal kick position and just moving quickly into there. But that is the REFSIX data. Now going on to more of like the feel of the game, a lot of yellow cards. If we quickly go back to this, actually, I can tell you what they were all for. So I go to teams, I'll go to match actually. So the first one was for adopt an aggressive attitude, and I thought that was quite simple in my personal opinion. It's 15 minutes in, I wanted to stamp my authority on the game, and he basically tried to kick the ball through a player that wasn't there, stood up, and then they had a little bit of like an argument, and he was the instigator. There wasn't really a retaliation, he was just trying to wind him up, so I booked him for that. Then we had a foul tackle, which was for me quite simple. The ball's just been pushed up a little bit too far and then clipped him on the way through. And in the 43rd minute, I think this may be a little bit harsh, but I think it was more of a team foul. Ramsgate were clocking up a lot of free kicks and he just sort of swiped at the guy on the way through. So I thought it's just easy, calm the game down, see the game into half time. 71 minutes, we had a boot 2 for adopt an aggressive attitude. Both of them went on the floor, both of them were trying to pull each other, and then they carried it on. So I cautioned them both. Went over to my assistant and spoke to my assistant, who gave me the information I needed. I'd seen the Ramsgate player, he'd seen the Littlehampton player. 2 yellow cards for adopt an aggressive attitude, perfect. And then we have a second yellow card for the Ramsgate player, which was a strange one really, because what had happened is he was running, it was a quick break, and he was running, and I thought, you know, I was staying steady, no foul, knowing he was on a yellow card, like steady, no foul, on a quick break, and he actually held from the halfway line all the way to the penalty box, just outside, and I thought, okay, right, the danger's probably gone. He's not going to do anything silly now. He's held off the stopping the promising attack yellow, and then he just made a reckless foul. And it was one of those ones where he stood up, looked at me, and walked down the tunnel. And I was like, oh, okay. So quickly had to show a quick yellow and a quick red so everybody knew. But it was also one of those yellow cards where you don't want to bring him back in and make the procedure, because he's already going down the tunnel. His head's already in the tunnel. So you don't want to have that procedure of, come to me and inflame him a little bit more. Just quickly show one, quickly show another, and then point that way and say, yeah, thanks very much for heading back down the tunnel. Because he knew what he'd done wrong. He knew he was on a yellow card, and, that was it, really. And then we had 2 more foul tackles, one in the 89th minute and one in the 90th minute. It's just, for me, it was just about seeing out the game at that point. Making sure that, reckless fouls were being dealt with, safe refereeing, don't want anything silly, and I just saw the game out. Obviously, you heard from my assistants, they thought it was tough as well, but enjoyable, and I would say that. But for me, the main outcome is something that I've got to really learn from. I've got 2 things here. One, I think I was a little bit quick on the whistle at some point because I gave an indirect free kick in the box for a pass back. And from what I saw is that Ramsgate were trying to get the ball back into play quickly, and it was going out for a goal kick, and he didn't let it go out for a goal kick. He passed it to the keeper, and the keeper thought that it had gone out, and I shouted, "No, keeper, it's not gone out. Don't pick it up," basically. And he picked it up. So I had to give an indirect free kick inside the box, which was a little bit messy. So my questions for that to myself are: 1, was I too quick on the whistle? Was it expected from the game? Did anyone really care? And the reason I say probably not was maybe because I was quite quick to the situation. My assistant referee said that he was just offline, whereas I was a little bit closer. And it was the far side of him as well, so you'd have had to see through a post. But I'd already seen it and confirmed it. So was I a little bit too quick there? Maybe, maybe not, but we'll never know. And the second one is about self-doubt, really. So it was a game where a lot of people were like, oh, ref, you're rubbish, you've done this, ref, that's a foul. Like a lot of moaning and groaning. And for me, when you get to about 70 minutes where both teams are moaning and groaning, you're like, am I actually having a poor game here? Or, is this both teams' game plan? And, it can put a little bit of self-doubt on your mind, especially, and it can make the game feel a lot longer because you're like, God, I can't do anything right here, or am I making so many mistakes that both teams are hating on me here? And that is something that I struggled with, because after the game, as soon as I blew the whistle, I had lots of handshakes with the Ramsgate players and the Ramsgate managers and the Littlehampton managers and the Littlehampton players, saying, well done, I thought you refed it well. They wanted a physical game, I allowed them to have a physical game. But, for a long time I was thinking, am I doing the right things? Am I making the right decisions? And I don't know how to deal with that, really, in the game. It's something that I'm going to have to work with. But if anyone's got any comments or any ways to deal with that, I'm not the only one that suffers with this. So please leave them in the comments as well. And I read all the comments and I love the support. So if anyone's got any tips and tricks for that, that's the one thing that this year it seems to be creeping in a little bit more. But overall, I thought the game went really well. I was really happy. It was a strong game. It was one of those games where I really had to step up and stick my chest out. And a tougher game as a level 3 came quite early in my level 3 journey. So I'm glad I've got it not out of the way, but I'm glad that I know that I can stick up and stand up to those situations and not crumble, which is important for me, mentally, because not every game is going to be sunshines and rainbows. You are going to get games that are tough and the players aren't going to agree with you. But I thought the game went really well. I really enjoyed it. Loved working with my 2 new assistants who came from Portsmouth, so the other side from me. And now I can sort of close the book on today and then prepare for a game tomorrow. Today as well. So obviously it's Wednesday today and I have a game in 5 hours. So I'm glad I've closed the book on this and I'll close the vlog off just before I go to football. But, I'm glad I've got this out, and if you've got any comments, please leave them in the comments section.
So it is now Thursday. I've made it to Thursday. I had a game yesterday, but you'll have to wait for next week's vlog to do that. You can tell that I've been a bit run down now because 2 games in 2 days mentally has really taken it out of me. My legs hurt, I ache. I'm about to head off to REFSIX HQ for the rest of the day. But you will see the Havant game next week, which I really enjoyed actually. But I also enjoyed this game at Littlehampton as well. It was tough. Mentally it took it out of me, so it probably affected me a little bit on the Wednesday yesterday as well. So, we live and we learn. next time, tell the FA, probably 2 games in 2 days is enough. But thanks very much for watching as always. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell notification as well so you never miss a REF6 weekly vlog. But for now, I will see you at the next REF6 weekly vlog.